mean, I can only speculate, and obviously I've thought about it, and I've offered you one thought that I've had as regards the authenticity of Simon Temain's statement, but unless you want me to, I won't offer any speculation. I can be clear in my own mind that they're not true. I've denied every allegation, and if I don't know. I don't feel inclined to speculate. There is one. I mean,
it's up to you, Mr. Lambert. I'm giving you the opportunity, if you wish, to advance to the chairman any explanation.
Well, okay. I mean, I haven't read this before, but I think it must be important for me to just refer to what has only sort of come to my attention recently, just to sort of begin grounds for doubting the authenticity of this account from Belinda. You know, I've read Robin Lane's account. It seems clear that he had an ongoing friendship with Belinda after my departure. I'll just leave it there. I think it might be sufficient to just be able to recognise that perhaps her own understandable anger at discovering that I was really an undercover police officer, the kind of information that she's using in this statement, which is really quite, you know, potentially that is quite damning to me. Just as what is for me a very preliminary thought on this, because I've only just really, you know, been aware of it, but I think it seems to me there is potential that Belinda has had some ongoing contact with individuals, including Robin Lane, which could potentially be the source of her information here. Simon, Belinda, Jackie, I haven't read her. Well, I think you've addressed some of her evidence to me. I don't know. I think again, I would. I think probably Jackie is more for you know, for the reason that Jackie and I have been involved in the sort of the joint enterprise of helping our son to come to terms with this, you know, with my background. I think Jackie's comments might, you know, might be. I don't think it's malicious. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. But in any event, I strongly disagree with Jackie's recollections as well. But on the face of it, it's this one that's on my screen at the moment that seems to be the most, potentially, the most damaging to me. And I feel inclined, for my, for what I know to be the truth, and given, my family who will be very interested in what the truth is, I think I've got to at least say what I can about, what might be behind it. Perhaps I should leave it there.
And then there is the fact that Paul Gravett, who escaped detection at the time, has come forward and told this inquiry that you were part of the team which bombed Debenhams on the 11th and 12th of July 1987. Why would he do that?
Again, I can I can only speculate.
And then there's Mr. Shepherd, who's done his time for his part in the attacks. Why would he come forward and say that you were a part of this cell if that were not true?
I think both Paul Gravett and Jeff Shepherd would have adequate grounds or adequate motivation in terms of simple revenge. I deceived them, and if I'd been asked in 1987, what should I expect from my then ALF friends, contacts, what should I expect if they discovered my true identity? I would expect serious harm to myself, my family, serious jeopardy to, following from that, to other colleagues on the SDS. And today, this collectively, sticking with Clark and Shepherd, that would be a potential motivation, revenge.
So 5 people all telling lies on oath or affirmation to a public inquiry in order to exact revenge.
And for the benefit of the movement that many of them come from, to portray me as an agent provocateur, to portray me in these terms. I can understand it in those terms as a motivation, but I can only be entirely certain of my own evidence.
And Helen Steele, whose evidence was that she did attend a meeting in a park at which you were present, at which she was invited into the conspiracy, that makes half a dozen. Is your explanation for why she would give that evidence any different than for the other 5?
No.